Hello, viewers. I'm SB, and welcome back to Cato, where I'm feeling much better. Thank you. I think it was a food thing. It's like a 24-hour bug. Anyway, I have figured this one out. The big problem here is just like, how do you get the toast up above the cloud in a position where the cat can actually pick it up, right? And the answer is, if we do something like this, we can just have the cat up here already waiting, and then have the platform fling the toast up, and once it touches the cat, it swaps positions, and For a lot of this stuff, it really doesn't matter which toast is which. There's maybe a version of this. I don't know. You could probably set that up in a couple of different ways, but that way certainly works, at the very least. I have to say, I'm not wild about it as a solution, because it does, well, whatever. It's fine. It works. The important thing is it works. Oh, actually, though, hold on. Let's go back. That's not the button. Let's go back to that level, because entering that level from the map here, I did see there's a secret room. So there aren't a huge number of places where I would expect for that to be. My guess is, can I have these two come over here separately? It's going to be down here, right? Yeah. Okay. That is a new toast skin. Unfortunately, I did not think about this enough to have the toast to have the everything ready to go here, but that's fine. There we go. Thank you, map indicator. And you know what? Actually, I really don't like the way our toast looks right now, so I'm just gonna drop us out to the main menu, and we're gonna change our toast skin. It just looks like dull, greasy butter right now. It exudes an inexplicable freshness, like holidays. I guess the downside of this one, obviously in the area we're currently in, is that it's harder to distinguish from the fake toast. Also, it's hard to tell. Is it toothpaste? It looks like toothpaste on a bar of soap. It's a little closer in color. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so that creates some force that way. I mean, if we leave this somewhere over here, well, oh no, this is gonna be tricky, right? Because I can't carry the toast the fake toast after we flip it off my back, or it'll swap positions. So what I want to do is leave the real toast over here somewhere, and then depress that button so that the real toast, well, I guess the real toast couldn't jump over into position to get scooped up by the platform anyway. This is all glass. Never mind these things I am saying. That's pretty cool and almost functional, huh? If I just if I were to catch the dead toast again, well, right, it would swap positions and the live one would be on my back again. No, that's not that helpful. I still can't get through the platform's going to have to be up in order for the cat to get through, or down, rather. The platform is going to have to be activated for the cat to get through. That's just the case. So if I now flip this off my back, yeah, there we go. Gives us a way to drop that into position. All right, and for this platform, we have a toggle. I mean, this doesn't seem all that complicated. It's kind of the same idea, right? Except the obvious problem is that when I go through the pipe here, the toast is going to fall to the bottom. I need a toast to stay up there. And I definitely can't like run over here and flip the switch fast enough to have the platform catch the toast while it's still flying up off my head. That's very infeasible. But I guess if I had the toast like all the way to the side here, this will scoop it up, right? Yeah, okay. And then I just leave this over here. Yeah, this. I know I've said it a couple episodes in a row now. But like the major thing about this game that makes it feel weird is just like it really feels like there's a lack of progression in the puzzle ideas. You get a puzzle that does a thing, and then you get another puzzle immediately afterward that maybe builds on the idea, or maybe is actually just the same idea but moved around a little bit. And then they're on to something else a lot of the time. It doesn't have that sort of like that building feeling that a lot of this sort of like modern puzzle classics are very careful to create. So we have an extra toast to work with here. I mean, I probably want to leave both of these up here for the moment. What happens when I load into this? Okay, none of these toasters are wired to anything. They're all just for shooting the toast around the square here. So the trick then really is to put this in a position, like how are we going to get anything onto that button is the question. I need to lose this in a spot where it's right where jump, yeah, is going to carry it onto the platform. Oh, shoot. For some reason, I was thinking that would dislodge the toast upward, but no, of course not. So how would I... When this thing is down, there is no way to sneak toast past that toaster down to get to the button. It does feel like we need for the toast to get... Okay, how about this? It feels like we need for the toast to get... Yeah, I think this makes sense. We need the toast to get stopped partway through this process, I think. So what I'm going to do here is, I think I'm going to hop into the toaster, fire up to there, then swap this out for the dead toast. There we go. Use the what do you call it? The cloud? We haven't really come up with a term for that substance yet, which does impede me talking about the levels. Yeah, use that stuff as a critical, useful barrier. So the real toast will stick up there, but the fake toast doesn't. It's a pretty huge problem, actually. Yeah, what do I do about that? And how am I going to dislodge that from the button afterwards? Like, I guess... So I throw this up here. Okay, I can dislodge the toast with the toast's jump button. And then we can get over here. And I can... How am I going to get the toast off the button? I need to swap it so that the live toast is the one down here. Put myself over here. Don't touch this. Jump the toast off and then grab it. The problem in my head, I was already thinking that that was a bad strategy because I was like, well, if I run in there and pick the toast up, then it'll swap and we'll no longer be able to pull it off. But right, it's just don't touch it yet. It's the important part there. So there's some kind of thing going on over here. And we've got a whole, we've been given this whole room full of space very conspicuously. Okay, that's something. Brings us to another one of these that I don't know what to do with. Right, if you press the meow button for more than about a quarter of a second, it resets the puzzle. I forgot. I was just trying to make a little noise. I thought whatever that thing was might appreciate a song. No, sorry. I need to let the cat down into the lower area, then jump this off. Maybe I'm supposed to know what to do with those weird machines already, but unfortunately I do not. Alright, so that's the second one. I mean, this isn't so difficult. Right, and then it falls and... Yeah, that's that's a pretty simple puzzle if you can even call it a puzzle. And then... So this ends up on here. But the problem is, touching that thing down there to dislodge it is going to... Yeah, no, that's tricky. No, sorry, that's the same puzzle, isn't it? Let's get over here. Oh, you can't jump off the button, even though the button is not an icy surface, because the button is on an icy surface. Well, shoot. I really thought that was going to be just the same thing. Run over here, don't pick up the toast, move the toast over, and then pick up the toast. Okay, if I can't move this, that does make it harder to fly up here, for sure. Because, like, what we need is for the toast to be on that surface. We need the toast to not be on that surface and then become on that surface afterward. I have to be able to get up above this first triggered barrier and then have the button be pressed while I'm in that small space up there. So how do we make that happen? Let me reset here. So you have access to this fake piece of toast that, yeah, it does the roof stick, but I don't know that that's going to be enough enough time, right? And what we want is to have a toast loaded into the cannon in that upper divider, such that when I get into the space that I want to be in when the barriers flip, a toast falls down into there with me so that I can make it up the rest of the way. Right. And so now... I have a thought. Actually, can I make it... If I put this toast up here... I can use the wall slide. There we go. Right, except I need a piece of toast over here with me in order to shoot. Right, I can't fly like this. So... yeah, I guess get that down in the corner, then do this. Get this toast against this wall as high as possible. Aha! Okay. That was just barely enough time, and it does make me a little nervous. That's maybe not the intended solution, but it's certainly functional as a solution. What is this like weird shadow creature? Is going to be the boss of this region or something, I guess? It's just following us around and being adorable in a way that's going to turn into menacing. Okay, so that puts that down. Which will give us a surface that we can actually jump on in order to move things like onto or off of the button. Although, in theory, it shouldn't change whether you can jump off of the button, right? Like, either that button is ice or it isn't. But I actually don't know for sure if that is how it will work. So... and that button over there is the thing that controls the barrier here. So let's just try... you want to load some toast into that, right? That's pretty not ideal. I guess load the real toast in there. Okay, so we'll leave the real toast over here so that we can maneuver it. Boy, that seems really strange given that the platform disappears, the lever platform disappears entirely behind the ice. Unfortunately, that doesn't really do anything. And now the thing is iced. Okay. How would I do that with the cat up on the platform is the question. So the cat needs to be up here while we are while we are doing the swaps back and forth. However, can the bread make it from here, let's do this. Nope, sorry, I did not catch that. Okay, can the bread make it from here into the launcher? Yes. Okay. So that's interesting. Let me maybe not do it that way. Let me put this over here. Okay. So if we do that, what we want to do is like this. Fire you all the way over there to pull this thing up. But then I have to get the weight off of the button too, right? While I'm right here. And there's no way to do that. The only way to remove weight from the button, because it's a glass button, so the toast can't ever jump off of it. The only way to remove weight from the button is going to be the cat picking the toast up, which is impossible. Like that for sure cannot happen in that place. There's no amount of switching that's going to make that different. Trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to do this that makes any of this make sense. Okay, so there's like a split second where the button is active while the toast is at the bottom of the wall slide. That doesn't seem like it can possibly be the intention, though, because you need to leave the button active for a little while for this first barrier to get up high enough. Yeah, and as soon as you do that, the toast becomes completely immobile. Okay. So this puzzle is clearly impossible in the way that I'm thinking about it, which means that there's some like really low level error in the way I'm thinking about it. There's some kind of element of my approach that's just like totally wrong. Gosh, it sure does seem though like once you press that button is down forever. Except for, you know, as I was just pointing out, the obvious having the cat over there somehow to pick the toast back up, which I don't think is very feasible no matter what. And in any case, when the button gets cleared, the cat has to be over here because you'll have a very limited time to move to the right. So how do we... Let me feel around the edges of this puzzle and make sure that there's not like an element I'm still missing. Okay, it doesn't seem like it. sort of wonder if there's a spot where you can like be holding down the button but still be on the levered platform enough to be able to move. Maybe you just have to get into a very particular location. You'd like to believe that the game wouldn't do a thing like that, but who knows, right? So, okay. The best way to search for something like that would be like... That's not what I wanted. But we should be able to just get back up here. I really wish we had like a finer tuned... That's really not what I wanted. I wish you had more of an ability to adjust the jumps of the toast. Like, that's definitely something you got to take into account in any problem solving, is that the toast is only able to reach certain areas, certain locations on the floor, and so on. You can't really do a fine-tuned, like, land exactly here strategy. So what you'd want is for the left edge of the toast to be above that like gray bit that marks the edge of the lever. The right edge of the toast to be right above that so that the left edge is like on the button. I don't think that's gonna work. Ah. Yeah, and as soon as this thing hits the button fully, it really feels like the state of the puzzle is locked. Because there's no way for us to get over there to interact with it now if I remove this toast from the button so as to be able to fly on the left side of the puzzle, and obviously it just closes up the yeah, it just closes up the thing. Huh. Well, I have to say I'm feeling like well and truly stumped on this one. Yeah, there's definitely no way for me to get back up there anymore. There's a step in this puzzle where the situation becomes irretrievable. There have been some things so far that rely on like a somewhat tight window of execution of a jump. There are some puzzle games that will like never ask something like that of you. I'm not confident that this is one of them, but it hasn't for the most part been a jump precisely here or you lose kind of game, which leads me to think that it's probably not a solution like trying to get the edge of the toast on the button. I must be missing something that's like very low level, which means it's extremely obvious to the people who intuited it, and there's effectively no way to like logically get to it if you didn't intuit. If we're going to get toast over there, realistically, the only way to do it is to use the launcher in the middle. Because we have to hold down the button to get this other thing cleared. Well, like... So we want the... We want the live toast to be the one that gets loaded into the launcher. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way that I can... Yeah, right, we can do this. We can get both the cat and this toast live over here, and that would allow us to position the toast with precision. So we actually can test this. Again, if we find that we're positioning the toast such that it's not live. Like, how far over the platform does it have to be for me to be able to jump around? It looks like mostly. Yeah, it has to be almost entirely on the platform for this. So we can just deposit it here as the cat. But if we pull it up again, we need to be in position to get under that second barrier. And that's the part that I'm unclear on how we would figure out. Unclear on how we would do. Like... This may be one where I just have to, walk away for a bit and come back and look at it again later. We can't use the platform as a slingshot to move things quickly from one side of the puzzle to the other. I can't hold open. No, there's no way. I was thinking about, like, what if we tried to use one of the pieces of toast to prevent the walls from sliding shut entirely, but, like, that's ridiculous. I mean, hold on. Is it this simple? Am I being silly? There's a moment where both the pillars... Does the second pillar come all the way down before the first pillar goes up? Could I just run through while they're in mid-switch? Is it really that simple? Oh, okay, that swap doesn't... The timing doesn't quite work out there. Okay, you stay here for a second. Yes, it totally is. I just have to be... We're going to pretend that didn't take as long as it took. I'm not sick anymore either. I have no excuse aside from just, like, thinking about the puzzle in a very rigid way. Just like, you know, you solve one problem, then you solve the next problem. Okay, so I need... I need to drop the dead toast here on the platform with me. Put the live toast here. Make it all the way across. There we go. Okay, this is gonna open up the vertical space here. Ah, okay. Not exactly in the way I had been thinking. That's interesting, though. I guess I need the cat to be up here. And then we have the toast jump across to there so that I can pick up the other toast. Do I want to move the toast off of the button before I do this? Is that a good idea? I'm going to open up the thing that lets me... I mean, I have to end up on the bottom. It kind of doesn't matter because I end up doing this anyway, right? Okay, I think I see it. I think I see it. I think I didn't want to swap the toast again at the end there. Because the fact is, if we do this, get the cat delivered up here. What I want to do is put some toast in that middle part. So it doesn't... I think I do want that other toast there to be on the button. We do this, let the cat down, and then before we do anything else, hop this across to here so that it is available when we enter the thing. And yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about that other puzzle very mechanically in a sense of like, okay, so you do this, and then these two things happen, and just kind of thinking of it all happening sort of like instantaneously in my head, breaking the puzzle up into steps, instead of like actually, you know, watching the things that are happening in the level closely enough to see that, which is embarrassing. All right. So we need that to be held down to get out of here. Oh, I accidentally crushed the fake toast within the mist there. Here's the thing, like I just want this out of the way for a second. I'm gonna put the real toast here, because the real toast can make it over this obstruction. At least I can if I, you know, I can if I actually press the buttons. Okay, so now that that's the case, it's easy enough to swap these and get up there myself. But then you have to have somehow just like store this up here. Right, it's always going to change. I can't ever touch the fake toast. No, that's not what I want. So if we put the fake toast here, and then we have the real toast to press this button, it'll slap the toast all the way over to the wall, where it'll press that down. There we go. It was a little messy. That wouldn't have been a bad one to hide a a secret area in, just have it be in like the top left of the clouded portion, and I did not check there. Didn't realize until we were leaving. But I wonder. Okay, that's interesting. I'm picking this up. Yeah, it causes the thing to fall immediately, but it doesn't actually get into the area of being affected by the arm until the arm is horizontal again. So, if the cat, darn it, we want to get the cat and the toast, ideally both of them, slapped upward by this thing. Shoot. Let me just hold on. I do need the cat to be in a position where it's making contact with the arm, right? So we don't want the cat to be too high. Okay, I mean, that looks pretty good, right? So if I just land directly on the toast, yeah. Oh, interesting. So I guess the idea is we would stage like the fake toast in the right position up here, wherever it is that we think will get it flung through the blue stuff. Maybe like there? Do this to prep the floor, then do this to drop it onto the spot, and then when I touch it, it's gonna, all hell's gonna break loose all at once. Ow! And if I haven't staged things correctly, I'm going to get flung into a wall at an extremely high speed. Alright, a little bit more to the side there, I think, is the important thing. Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. Alright, my guess is, no, maybe not. I was going to say that's maybe about as much of that idea as we're going to get, but this one looks like it might be operating in kind of a similar space. What am I doing? It's interesting that you can't choose to drop down the wall. Okay, so we want to set things up so that we get swatted upward again. But that's gonna start with ultimately I need to get the toast off of that button. Ah, damn it. Did not mean to walk quite so far over as to cause the swap again. The cat's got to be far enough to the side here that I don't get swapped. I guess, yeah, this is going to get flung over here anyway. Okay. Then we load you back in there. And when I do the swap now, it'll fire the toast over immediately, and the fake toast doesn't stick to the goo as much, right? So we'll have time to, yeah, run over. Okay, so this is another swatting things into place puzzle. The left button operates the top thing. And once we put the toasts once we put the toast through the blue stuff, there's no way for it to get back, right? Yeah, it just lives in there. That seems problematic, because don't I need two different toasts? Like, do I just have to go down to the next screen as the cat alone? Ah, okay, but right, they could put a toast down here and it would allow me to swap it. Okay. Yeah, interesting. So apparently whatever this thing is, the shadow thing, it's not just one of them that's following us around. There's a lot of them. And it may be the case that each time we've seen it, it's been a different one. So we have the ability to swap into that space. I mean, am I mistaken here? This looks like you would just go over the top and then... Oh, right, but it'll close the... Yep, no, that's a real problem. That's definitely a real actual issue. So once again, we just need to set this up for a scoop to occur. But we have to do it... That's a little tricky, because we can't just put the toast in the right spot now. In fact, I can't get back out of here at all, right? I need to reset this. Yeah, we had to make sure that the toast wouldn't get moved by the arm back the other way. So... what is the reason that the upper part of this pipe exists? We need this to stay in place until the cat and a piece of toast are both in positions where they will get swept up by the arm when it goes back up, right? How do we get that toast moved over just like a little bit? Well, I guess for the toast, it probably has to move over quite a lot. But the important part is it has to do that while... Okay, I think I see something. I think I see a first thing. First thing, we actually don't want that toast to be over there right now. I'm pretty sure I want to turbo fire myself across the floor here. And then turbo fire myself back to get those two both on this side. then I think we want to like set that up there. Or it doesn't matter which piece of toast that is. It just needs to be one of the two of them. Right, because that's the position that's going to get swept upward. And then we pull ourselves up over this and yeah, there we go. Trying to make up some lost ground here for that earlier embarrassment. All right. Right, and then it has to move again. Okay. So this one has to be... What does this do? Huh. A thing that you don't want, so don't get your toast loaded in the toaster, I guess. But I do need to end up... Okay. I need to end up with a toast out here. And a toast in there. Wait, does this make sense? No, I'm trying to figure out how to drop a piece of toast in the space between the two pillars and then still be able to get back up onto the platform afterward. Because obviously this will be, as soon as I touch this, this becomes the live toast. Wait, isn't it good enough to have the dead toast on there? Yeah, like I just dropped this here. Yeah, that works. And now I do this. Have this thing fall onto here, and then I... okay. Right, there's no way to jump it off of here that doesn't result in it entering a toaster. And the moment it's not the live toast anymore, it becomes an issue in theory. But if I just let it shoot all the way over there and then move it to the side, aren't I good now? Yeah, in fact, that is all you have to do. You just have to not pick it up until it has completed its journey, because things will be very bad if you touch it early. Okay. So we just need a second piece of toast to hold open this door for us. As soon as I touch that, I mean, this is where we want this to be, right? Except I don't want to, I need to not touch the button. Which means what we do is... I need to move this over after I'm done with it. Like, don't touch the toast yet. Drop this off of here. Get it down to the lower level. There we go. And now I can fly over here so we can open this up and then fling the toast out. So yeah, a couple of puzzles in a row there where like the whole puzzle is just don't pick the toast up before you finish moving things around. So this is connected to the yellow button on the roof. because this other one is connected to the cat switch. That's really interesting. It's going to be really hard to get toast into position on top of this platform, but that is absolutely what we need to do. Yeah, and then if there was a toast in position on the top of that platform, you would just go over there, hit the cat button. It gets flung by the arm into the loader in the glass wall, and then you fire through and meet it up here. And go on your merry way. Okay. So how do I manage to keep a piece of toast? Hold on, if I fire this here, what happens to a piece of toast that's sitting right there? Okay, the answer is, it solves the level for us. Alright, I think this is gonna work. That'll just get fed through immediately. Yeah, having to balance things on the edges of walls and have them just like fall through like that again feels a little bit like taking advantage of the physics engine rather than using it, but whatever, it's fine. So why is this... If we just set this like that, then I have the ability to just fly up and load bread into the loader there. Although, what will happen? Because it can't actually shoot through. Okay, it will just immediately fail the puzzle is what it will do. I was like, it can't just shoot through. There's an impassable space in front of it. And it sure showed me. So what we would need to do is have like the active piece of toast hanging over that. Right, because we can do this. I can attach that to the wall there. But the problem here, obviously, is that I need to get this other piece of toast up into position for the to make contact with the button. And the moment I touch it, that thing's gonna slide down the glass and blow up the puzzle. Maybe it's just a timing puzzle. So we'll leave this exactly underneath the spot that it needs to be in. Attach you to the ceiling here and go... Just like a matter of getting up there fast enough? That doesn't feel right. Unfortunately, there's nowhere closer to store it. Oh, well, you know what? A piece of toast laid here will fling up into the firing position when the cat button is depressed, right? So maybe that's the idea? Or even... If I put this here... Okay, that flung that way further to the side than I wanted. I was kind of hoping it was just going to fall because it's really close to the fulcrum, so it wouldn't have a lot of force, but no such luck. And obviously if I touch this now, then that piece of toast just lives on top of that stuff. It'll fall as soon as I disengage the toast that I'm carrying now. And there's no way to swap it back to the active toast. Yeah, I would have to actually just get up there, is the thing. We could make this the position with the active toast, though, right? Like, I could just disengage the toast from the thing with the jump button instead of by switching, and then we could have the active toast be that one. Okay, let me play around with something real quick. If I leave a toast right here, and I do this, the button being pressed will shoot it over. So we can't have the toast in the position it needs to be in. Well, you know what? There's a reason. Oh yeah, there's a reason that the roof extends to this point here. Okay. So once we touch the other piece of toast, that's going to drop into exactly the right position to get flung upward into that into the launcher. But I have to be able to reach the button. If the platform were in the other orientation right now, well, if the platform's in the other orientation, I don't have a way of getting up there to access the roof anyway. So I can't put the thing in its place. I'm trying to come up with like more and more roundabout ways of setting this up. The fact is, this is just a nightmare. So I can definitely like do this, right? I can definitely get over there and mess with the button. The problem is this all breaks down if the toast on the roof falls onto this ledge when it's horizontal. So I need... How do we get the other piece of toast in position to be on the button without causing this to fall in a way that's going to prevent it from being prevent me from reaching the cat button with the cat, and also prevent this from, like, this is a nightmare. Everything is dependent on everything else being in the wrong position. Because, like, if we go to set this up, now I can't get to the button. If I touch this to get flight back over to the button and reset the position of this toast, it causes that toast to fall in a way that's totally unrecoverable. Basically, this all sucks. This all is very bad. The timing on that's so close to functional. It's one of those things where it's like, if I could press the jump button like 1 or 2 more times in that span, I think it would work. And so it's hard for me to tell if the problem here is that I'm not executing the solution well enough, or that this isn't the solution. Because it really could be either. To be able to press Z as well. Well, that's certainly not a way to do it. The toast is getting stopped in the cloud anyway. Like, it's definitely not an issue of doing this thing faster. If the toast were traveling straight through, I might be able to remain convinced of that. How do I give myself access to this button at the right moments? Let me test something here, I guess. Yeah, that's definitely not helpful. So let me move this over here somewhere. All right. So like that falls over to there. We throw this up here. I guess it's all the way to the left of the centerpiece, so maybe it won't get flung, but I thought that was true last time we tried this as well. Yeah, no, this time it just fell. Last time we had it in almost exactly that same position. It got flung against the wall, and I was like, hey, I thought it was going to just drop, and that's a shame. But I guess it must have been partially over the yellow part before. The physics of that don't really work. But I think this makes this functional. Yeah. Okay, I got dissuaded from the correct solution by a solution that was very nearly correct, failing in a way that kind of doesn't make sense physically. Whatever, it's fine. Sometimes things change state instantaneously, and sometimes they don't, and there's never a way to tell the difference between those two things ahead of time. All right. We're making progress. We're getting places. That's going to be it for us for today, I think. We're covering quite a few levels, but there really are a lot. There's kind of definitely too many for the number of ideas they have here. When we come back next time, we will continue barreling ahead at full speed with an occasional slowdown for me not seeing something correctly, apparently. And perhaps we will even reach the end of this world. So come back for that, and we'll see you then.